Yes, welcome to this session, the second in the series of videos on Microsoft Excel for beginners. It's important to try to do this thing serially, except of course you already understand those other aspects you can ignore. But if you don't, if you're already following this training, from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, it will be more helpful to you to follow it that way than to jump processes, okay, so that you don't forget some vital procedures or topics on this. Okay, one of the ways is if your icon of the program MS Excel is already on your available on your desktop. This is the desktop, and this is the MS Excel icon. It's already on my own desktop in this case. All I'll need here to do is to double click on it. You heard that sound, double click, and you wait for it to open. Okay, here it is, it has opened. Now if you're not very good at double clicking, then you don't need to use that aspect. You need to use the option of right clicking on the program that is on the desktop, the icon. You right click and then you have this menu, you click open and you wait for it to open or load on your desktop. Just the same thing, the same method, all right? The same way, different ways, but the same result. It will open the Microsoft Excel program for you. You right click and click open, or you double click on the icon. Another way is to simply go to your start menu. Like from your start button, you look for the Microsoft Excel in your start menu. All right, it is available here for me. Look at it right here. Just single click, tap, and it will load the program on your desktop immediately. So you can see the program is loaded on my desktop already. These are the 2 or 3 ways of opening or loading Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I'm going to start it quickly from where it is here. This is where it is on my desktop. I'm going to double click on it and wait for it to open. It has opened. How do you close it? We just showed you how to open. Then how do you close it? Quite simple. You come to the top right corner where you see this X button. It says close. Yeah, that's all. Click on it and the program is closed. Let's open it again. You come to this portion, the X button is there, you click, the program is closed. Several ways to actually close the program, okay? Several ways. When I'm in a worksheet environment, workbook environment, I can sometimes, when I come up to this top, you see this space here. Take note, there's a save icon here, but you move again to the left hand side, left. If you just click here, single time, just click once, you see the close button there, you close. And did you just notice, there's a shortcut key to close the program. The shortcut key was listed here just now. Alright, look at it. What is the shortcut key? Alt F4 is the shortcut key to close the program. Alt F4. And that means while the program is open, if you press the Alt key on the keyboard and your F4 on the keyboard, the program will also exit. Alt F4. Don't forget that Alt F4 is the shortcut key to close the program. Several other ways to close the program. I'll stop there. You just tell me about more ways to close the program in the comments below. And I have to open a saved workbook. All right. So this is my workbook. Let me maximize it. It's my workbook. I want to type students. Now let's come to this first line or somewhere here. Okay. Let's say students. Enter key. That's all that we want to have on this Excel workbook. Students. The next thing is to save this program. You click on your file menu. You look for Save As. Click on it. Here you are on the Save As. On the Save As dialog box, to the left hand side you have a lot of locations. To the right hand side you also have more locations. Now usually you will save into your documents, which is your local storage on this PC. At some other times, you may have an account on OneDrive, which is, cloud account. You want to save it to the cloud. And in this case, it's quite beneficial if you save it to the cloud, if you have an account already, so that when you move away from this PC to another PC in another location, you can quickly open the same workbook and continue your work on it. But in our case here, we want to save it to our local documents. All right, so the first thing to do is, of course, click Browse. Several ways to get to the documents. I can already see it here. I can already see my document on the left-hand side. Just that I want to show you the actual procedure in case you don't find documents displayed here. You go to Browse, and then you see Documents. You see Documents here. You will click on it. This is Documents. You want to call it First Workbook. You type in the name, the file name. Yes. After the file name, that's all. You click Save. But before then, let me show you something. If you look up here, it says Documents. The last name here, the last item appearing is Documents. Now, whatever was saved here is going to appear in this Documents. Okay. So you click Save. The file has just been saved. And remember, we talked about the title bar. This is the title bar. The name of the file will display here, and then the name of the program. So you can see the name of the file is displayed here because the file has been saved. All right. That's one of the ways to save. Another way to save, let me close this now. Let me close this now. All right. Another way to save, I'm going to call this School. Another way to save is to use your shortcut key, which is F12. While you're on your program, you hit F12 on the keyboard. It'll take you straight to the Save As dialog box. Make sure you know what is appearing here. The last item appearing here is where your documents will be saved into. By the time you save the file, your documents will be saved into the last item appearing here. So take note of that. It's serious. It's important. So let's call this Second Workbook. I typed it in. Next thing is click Save. That is saved as well. Okay. Now, after you have saved your work and you come back the next day, you want to continue with it, what do? You go and open it. You open it back. And how do you do that? You first have several ways to open the file. You need to get to the location, but this is the standard procedure. When you open Microsoft Excel, to the left you will see recently opened files. If you find your own displayed here, all you need to do is just click single time and the file will open, as in this case. Sometimes you may not find it displayed there. When you have too many files already displayed, you will not find it displayed here. And what do? You go to Open Other Workbook Documents, and here you navigate. You see recent, it will still display here, but where it does not display here, you go to Folders, you double click on Documents, because that's where you saved your file, and you look for your file. Let's open Second Workbook. You open it and the file will open. Some other times you may get to this place and that option is not available to you to open it. What do? When you have loaded Microsoft Excel fully like this, you then can go to the File menu and go to Open again, and you browse to the same location. That time you see Document, you can see it here. All right, and then you click on, let's look at First Workbook, and click on it and say Open. It opens again. Several ways to open your program. All right, so that was we just showed you how to save a workbook in Excel, and how to open the same workbook back in Excel when you come the next day to continue. Another important thing is, how do you continue and how do you save the additional things to your existing workbook? Let's open this workbook again. First Workbook. We're there now. Students, we added students then, and then let's add location, let's add age, Let's add experience. Sorry. Let's add. I think that's all. So we've added some text here. We've added some things. Now you don't need to go and click save as now. Why? Because this file has already been saved. You can see the name appearing up here. What do you do in this case? You go to you see this icon up here. This is the save box, or Control S, the save box. Now after you have saved the file for the first time, the other additions, other things you add to the file, all you will need to do to save the file is to simply click save. That clicking, that alone has saved the locations and experience to the existing file containing students. So let's close it now. It's closed. So it didn't ask you for any other question. You double click again, go back to it, open your first file. You see students is there, location is there, experience is there as well. These have been saved. So anytime you're adding some other things, let's add more here. Let's call this David. Let's call this Ferdinand. Let's call this Maria. Let's call this John. I've added things to this. I can go to my keyboard and press Ctrl S. That alone has saved these new items I added to this existing file. So I can comfortably close this at any time, and when I reopen it any other time, I will have what I saved or created before. So this is how to create a file in Microsoft Excel, save it with a name, open it at another time, add items, or continue with your work on the file, and save the changes by clicking this button up here, the save button, or by simply pressing the shortcut key Ctrl S. Alright, about help available in Microsoft Excel. Yes, there is help available in Microsoft Excel. And where is it located? Tell me what you want to do. Can you see that? Tell me what you want to do. Tell me, Alt Q. Just start typing here to bring features to your fingertips and get help. Did you see that? This command is available. Tell me what you want to do. That's one. The second thing is this help here. If you click on this help, you'll find lots and lots of help available to you. You find the full help, that's the standard help. It's the contact. It's the show training. It's the show training, show online training and learning content. If you're connected to online, you click here, you're going to have good stuff showing you how to use Microsoft Excel as well. You go to community, you join some, you go to blog site, and lots of help available in Microsoft Excel. Okay, but what I want to show you today is this one called Tell Me What You Want to Do. Let's say how to save workbook, right? What we just did now, how to save workbook. Here I just need to, it says save as other format, or is it save, or is it save as, or is it save custom view, is it inside, is it, what exactly am I looking at? I'm looking at save as. So I'll click on that. You see, it already gave me the actual command. Alright, already provided the actual command, and here I am on save as dialog box. That's beautiful. What about, I want to know how to open the file. How to open a file. I just typing in what I have on my mind that I want to do. I've forgotten how to get it done. And as you type it into that hub, alright, it gives you many beautiful options, including the actual command to click and go and get your file open. See? Alright, so that is help available in Microsoft Excel. If you're connected to the internet, it will give you even more and more features. Okay, so I'm going to close this now. Let's load Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is loaded, and here we want to open one of our existing files called First Student. This file is open now. The zoom tool is available on the view menu. You can see the zoom here. It's available on the view menu. The zoom tool is home. The zoom tool is available on the view menu. Click on it. You can see the commands, but we're looking at the zoom tool here. This is the zoom tool. What do you do with the zoom tool? Let me show you. You see, the whole thing here is displayed, but it's displayed a bit quite far. If you highlight, which I'm going to talk about very quickly, or very shortly, you highlight some range of cells like this, and you go to the zoom. You can see zoom to selection. This is zoom to selection. All right. So if I click on zoom to selection, see, it zooms the worksheet so that whatever it is I'm doing, I'll see it better. Okay, that is just the essence of the zoom tool. Whatever it is I'm doing, I'll see it better. What if I want to go back to what I had before? I can simply go back to 100%. 100% is what I had before. That is the standard, 100%. What about this zoom command here? This one here, zoom to the level that's right for you. Click on it and see. It gives you a dialog box where you choose your percentage of zoom. If you go to 200, see what happens. Click 200 and click OK. All right. Let me go back to 100%. I click on the zoom icon and I see what I have here. I go to 200%, click OK, and it gives me this percentage in zoom. So that is zooming. We'll make use of zooming, of the zoom tool as we progress in this class. Okay, we'll make use of the zoom tool as we progress in this class. Okay, so let's go to Microsoft Excel again. Open it. Open our first workbook. How do you navigate? Navigating here means how do you move around? How do you move around in Microsoft Excel? You can move around using your keyboard. The 4 arrow keys, where you have left arrow key on your keyboard, right arrow key, down arrow key, or up arrow key. You know the keyboard I'm talking about. It's on your keyboard. It's available on your keyboard. Okay, you can use that to use this to move around. I'm moving around right now. I'm using it, moving around right now. You see I'm moving down to about 40, 58, 62, 65, 57. Or I go back, go to the sway. All right, I go back again. So you can use your keyboard to move around in Microsoft Excel. But that's not the only way to move around. So let's say you want to move from this column A, to the end of the columns, except D. You will press the combination of the control key and the right arrow key. You are at the end of it. Combination of control key and the left arrow key will bring you back to the beginning. Control key, down arrow key will take you to the end of the rows. Control key, up arrow key will take you to the beginning of the cell again. These are the shortcut keys available. Control right arrow key, end of the columns. Control left arrow key, back to the beginning of the columns. Control down arrow key, end of the rows. Control up arrow key, beginning of the rows again. Another way of navigating here is by using your scroll bars, your horizontal scroll bars and your vertical scroll bars. Your vertical scroll bars and your horizontal scroll bars. All right, how do you do that? When you come to your horizontal scroll bars and you want to move around with this, you should use the buttons, these buttons here, instead of just dragging the bar itself. The bar will not help you go far. Use these arrow buttons. When you use these arrow buttons, you can move and move and move gradually, and then when you use this one again, you can come back further gradually. The same thing here, you can move down, so using this one, the same thing up, you can move back up savings. So that is another way of navigating Microsoft. Cells is a central point in Microsoft Excel. These are cells. I told you the other day in our first video, these are cells. They're all called cells. Alright, the cell, this is Microsoft. Here in Excel, the cursor is a cross. It's a cross, a white cross like this. Then something else here is called handle. That thing moving in every cell. I'm using my arrow key now to move it. It's called a cell handle. We'll continue again next time. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video today. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Don't forget also to click the like button. This is the second video in the series. We'll go on to other important topics in the next video. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.